Looks like I'm living rent-free in your heads again, huh? I mean, if you're gonna spend your days obsessing over me, you might as well start calling me something respectable. Maybe Daddy Shizzy, or better yet, Papa Nut. Who's the grown-up here? Oh right, it's me. Let's go. Call me Daddy, yeah, that's who I am. Running your mind's like a master plan. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, take your pick. I'm opening in your thoughts while you still act sick. Call me Daddy, it's what you mean. Want to chase the crust and I take the lead. Living rent-free, that's my name. Go ahead, say it, put some respect on the name. Man, I'm too old, well here's a surprise. I'm the one with the brains while you're stuck with the lies. You act like you're experts, but here's the reality. I'm the one controlling your mental reality. So while you're out there trying to throw shade, I'm sipping coffee and you're feeling betrayed. You're mad, I got the spotlight, now it's my time. So why not call me Daddy or Papa with a rhyme? I'm the landlord and you're just the tenants, stuck in your headspace with no insight, no repentance. Call me Daddy, you know it's true. You'd be lost without me, stuck in the glue. Call me Daddy, I'm holding your mind while you're scrambling, trying to find what's behind. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, don't you see? You're living in my world now, I'm a VIP. Call me Daddy, just let it be. While you're trying to figure out your own identity. Oh, I see you're confused, trying to get it right. Spinning your wheels while I'm out of sight. You think you got it figured, but you got it all wrong. I've been running your minds all along. But sure, keep pretending you don't care. Keep saying you're done, but I'm still in the air. You got no choice but to bow to my name. Daddy Shizzy is here to own the game. You say you don't watch, but you're obsessed. Every word I say puts you to the test. Call me Daddy, Papa Nut, you know you should. Because I've been living rent-free, and you know it feels good. Keep it up, keep trying, but you'll be stuck with Daddy for life. I'm Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, all in your headspace, and there's no escape. Good luck with that.
Good evening, everybody. Good to see you, man. Got all of you fine folks in here tonight. Look at you, Debbie Webb coming in, Max Labs. Holy cow, maybe not. I mean, it is just Suit Scat. Good to see you. Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. All you fine people west in Bama. We also got Bonnie Hernan. Hey everybody, good to see you. Oh, that is a cute pup too. I love the Boston Terriers. They're so awesome. Photo lady, good to see you. Man, oh man, if I missed anybody, I do apologize. Star ZIC, he says, I'll try to get on stream, but I start a new job tomorrow morning, so need some shut. I will try to peek in if my nerves won't let me sleep. Well, I have something for your nerves, but, well, we can't do that online. We'll get in trouble. Welcome. She's been here for 2 months. Glad to be here. School is kicking your behind this year. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Let it kick it, because you will learn something remarkable. And there we go.
Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery. 'Cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of clots. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, balderdash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery.
Yes. Hello. Good to see you, Johnny. Good to see you. Hey, yes. Slow moving giant. Hello. Howdy, Nut Brigade. Bet none of you had the same lunch as I did. Warm cinnamon and Vegemite scrolls. 2 separate scrolls. No, definitely not. And Sue Scout has been here. Love the shit show.
Welcome to the shit show. Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery. 'Cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of rocks. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, boulder, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. We're all over again.
Oh, yes. Yes, they tend to be, Max. They tend to be. And it only gets worse. It only gets worse. I promise you that there was going to be some really, really interesting stuff tonight. And it is. And Hazel, yes, good morning from England. You know, you just love the song. That's what it is. You guys are just digging it. You just get
Welcome to the shit show. Every single day.
It's
A new flavor of fuckery, 'cause everybody's such, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of twats. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, boulder, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. We're all over again.
Oh, yes. Welcome for 7 months. All right. Well, this right here, it just shows that the Federigos are getting hit left and right. It is like 1-2 punches. And, you know, I don't know if it's so much as they're getting sick or just getting sick and tired of losing regularly. Yeah, this was filed on 8/20/2025. And it's a verified complaint to foreclosed mortgage. And you say, well, Shizzy, aren't they already being foreclosed on? Well, sort of, but there's more involved in it because it's not just one foreclosure that they're being, which is, was it Seacrest? But it's also Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, whatever. It is basically the same people. It's just a different group that's handling this one, and it's for a different amount. It says surviving spouse, heirs, devisees, grantees, creditors, and all other parties claiming by and through, under, or against that defendant, all claimants, persons, or parties, natural or corporate, or whose exact legal status is unknown, claiming under any of the above name or described defendants hereinafter referred to as defendants, and alleges foreclosure of mortgage. This is another action to foreclose a mortgage on a real property located in Orange County, Florida, the jurisdiction of Federigos. Yes, they are being sued yet again. And I'm looking because I think there's an address in here, and I just want to make sure it is not. It doesn't show. I just have to make sure that it's not there. And there is an address in here. I'm going to have to pull that out because it looks like there is a address that they may not want to have shown. And I just want to make sure that that doesn't show up on this. And I just have to cut a few things out of there. Let's see this one here. Doggone it. Why is that doing it? I just have to make sure that these don't get shown. I thought I had these already done. And get that one and that one. And then this is actually a pretty short one. That's why I wanted to show it first, because it is, the rest of it's just a bunch of legal jargon. Let me make sure that I've also got this one taken care of too, because it is. I just want to make sure that it's good before I do anything. Yep, there it is. Let me make sure that that's done also. I thought I had this taken care of here, but I did not. And see, I have to do these things on the fly sometimes because I don't remember it until the last second, and I don't like doxing people. It's not a cool thing. So let me scroll down through here. This one here. No. No. Just want to make sure that we're good here. And nope, not there, not there. I just want to make sure that I don't have anything in here that's going to be, yeah, I can just, sorry. Sorry about that. It's one of those things that I always feel good that I'm doing what I can to make sure that this doesn't get out there, because, well, I'm a little particular like that. I just don't feel the need to have anything that could be doxing anybody. Not that you couldn't find this stuff out on online anyhow, but just don't need to have these things out there. There we go. Add that one there, and this one here, and there we go. And apply that. There we are. Continue. And there we go. Save that and apply that there, and continue and save that one. Save. There we are. Sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure that we got that all pulled out of there before I did it. Before I continue on with this. All right. So here we go. Here we go. So this is an action to foreclose a mortgage on real property located in Orange County, Florida. The court has jurisdiction over the subject matter herein. On or about April 2nd of 2004, Michael Federigos delivered a promissory note, the note, and executed a mortgage securing payment of the note, the mortgage. A copy of the note and the original note certification is attached here too. It shows a copy of the mortgage is attached to Exhibit B. The mortgage was subsequently assigned to Federal Home Loan Mortgage Corporation, which would be, I believe that's Freddie Mac, as trustee for Freddie Mac. Yeah. Participation, interest, trust by virtue of an assignment of mortgage. The assignment of mortgage recorded on March 21st, 2025. Instrument of the public records of Orange County. A copy of the assignment of mortgage is attached here too as Exhibit C. The plaintiff directly or through an agent has possession of the note, which is either made payable to the plaintiff or has been duly endorsed. Therefore, the plaintiff has the right to enforce the note. Select Portfolio Servicing, Inc. is a servicer of the loan described in the note, and mortgage and such has the authority to initiate the instant foreclosure on the plaintiff's behalf pursuant to a power of attorney. The note and mortgage are in default because the monthly payment due on May 1st, 2024, and all subsequent payments due thereafter have not been paid. All conditions precedent to filing of this action have been performed or have occurred. The plaintiff declares the full amount payable under the note and mortgage to be due. There is now due, owing, and unpaid to the plaintiff $132,249.66. $132,249.66. Hey, Yamaha, how you doing? Good to see you, brother. That's due on principal on the note and mortgage together with interest from April 1st, 2024. Late charges and all costs of collection, including title search expenses for ascertaining necessary parties to this action and reasonable attorney fees. The plaintiff is entitled to insurance premium, taxes, assessments, and other advances made on behalf of the defendant as set forth in a note and mortgage. The plaintiff is obligated to pay its attorney a reasonable fee for their service. Defendant Truist Bank, Branch Banking and Trust Company, SunTrust Bank, is joined because it may claim some interest in our lien upon the property by virtue that certain lis pendens recorded February 21st, 2024, also by virtue of a certain mortgage recorded June 8th, 2007. Said interest is subject, subordinate, and inferior to the lien of the plaintiff's mortgage. Any right, title, interest in as to the property is junior, subordinate, or inferior to the lien of mortgage. What this means is, and I'll just put this plain and simple. For example, if they were to try to sell their property, the the amount owed would first be paid to Freddie Mac. They're claiming that they have first dibs at however much it is. Say it was $1 million, they get first dibs at that first portion of it, and then anybody else falls under it. That's all that means, is they're saying that they have priority because it's an older loan. So they would get their money before anybody else. And also that the Leslie may also have legal or equitable interest in the subject property by virtue of the Florida Constitution, governing Florida statutes regarding homestead rights, or as title holder in that certain Liz pendants recorded on November 14th, 2024 of the public records of Orange County. Any such right, title, interest in and to said property is junior, subordinate, and inferior to the lien of the plaintiff's mortgage. Any occupants is joined, it may claim some interest in or lien upon the property by virtue of their possession or occupy the same. Said interest is subject, subordinate, and inferior to the lien of the plaintiff's mortgage. Any right, title, or interest in and to the property is junior, subordinate, inferior to the lien of the mortgage. And basically, they request a judgment foreclosing the mortgage and such other relief as the court may deem just and proper, including reasonable attorney's fees and costs pursuant to the terms of the note and mortgage. Wow. Wow. Thank you, Colleen. And I see we've got a new member, which is the Bronson Rockstone 5904. Thank you very much. And welcome to the shit show.
Every single day,
It's
a new flavor of fuckery. Cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of clocks. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, boulder, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery.
Thank you, Colleen. Thank you very much, Bronstone, for joining. Ah, so much fun. Love it. We love it. We love it. So basically, they're saying there is another mortgage on here. Now, it was Seacoast. I'm sorry, I keep seeing Seacrest, but it's actually Seacoast got involved in this also. Now, Seacoast, as I said before, they filed this on the 22nd. So 2 days later, well, would you really trust a waitress with them soup coolers? Maybe. So we got the Seacoast motion to dismiss defendant's amended counter complaint. On July 15th, the court entered an order dismissing all 18 counts of defendant's counter plaintiffs' class action, complaint, counter complaint. 13 of those counts were dismissed with prejudice, but the court gave Mr. and Mrs. Frederigo's, jointly referred to as counter plaintiffs, an opportunity to amend the following 5 claims, which we read here. Florida Consumer Collection Practices Act, FCCPA, fraud, fraudulent concealment, intentional infliction of emotional distress, specific performance. Incredibly, counter plaintiffs' amended counter complaint is virtually word for word a copy of the prior dismissed counter complaint, including the factual allegations underlying the counts they purport to amend. Counter plaintiffs have added no new facts to cure the pleading deficiencies. Counter plaintiffs did not even freaking bother to remove sections in the factual background that were specifically directed to counts that have been prejudicially dismissed. Example, entire sections dedicated to the prejudicially dismissed FDCPA claims remain. The amended counter complaint remains subject to dismissal for the same reasons its 5 counts were previously dismissed by the court. Those 5 claims remain based entirely on the mortgage documents they signed and the initiation of this foreclosure action. The amended counter complaint remains incomprehensible, repetitive, and retaliatory in nature. The claims still fail to state any cause of action. The counter plaintiff's claims remain based on the flawed premise that they failed to read the loan documents they signed and should somehow be relieved of their obligations thereunder. For the reasons argued below, Seacoast moves to dismiss the amended counter complaint with prejudice pursuant to Florida Rule Civil Procedure 1.140. Now, in case you don't see this amount, in the principal amount of $180,000. So we have 132 and we have 80,000. And that doesn't include the, what is it, possibly 177,000 that Federigos is possibly looking at in sanctions in a federal court case for filings, basically the same kind of bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, the same kind of bullshit that they filed there is getting them in trouble here. Mr. Federigos executed a credit agreement disclosure for $180,000 on March of 2014. So this was 10 years after his initial mortgage. He takes another mortgage out. Term in the line of credit will continue on March 5th, 2024, maturity date. All indebtedness under this agreement, if not already paid, will be due and payable upon maturity. Balloon payment, your credit line account is payable in full upon maturity. In a single balloon payment, you must pay the entire outstanding principal, interest, and any other charges then due. We are under no obligation to refinance the balloon payment at that time. To secure the loan, Mr. Federigos, together with his wife, Leslie, executed a mortgage in favor of First Green Bank on March 5th, 2014. The mortgage, which defines Mr. and Mrs. Federigos as grantors, states in relevant part, granted mortgage for valuable consideration, grantor mortgages to lender, all of grantor's rights, title, interest into the following described real property. Revolving line of credit. This mortgage secures the indebtedness, including without limitation revolving line of credit, under which upon request by borrower lender within 20 years from the date of this mortgage may take future advances to borrower. Such future advances together with interest thereon are secured by this mortgage. Credit limit, $180,000 from borrower to lender. Grantor's representations and warranties. Grantees warrant, and I'm not even going to go into those. Seacoast filed this action to foreclose the mortgage on July 10th, 2024, over a year ago. As successor by merger to a loan originated by First Green Bank, Seacoast owns and holds the loan and is enforcing it on its own behalf. Federigos filed a notice of removal on October 28, 2024, claiming removal was proper based on a federal question jurisdiction over this matter. Defendants filed a class action complaint, counter complaint, on October 29, 2024. Seacoast filed its motion to remand on November 8th. March 19th, the order granted remand was filed in this court on the 27th. Seacoast filed its motion to dismiss on the counter complaint. Court heard the motion to dismiss on July 8th, 2025. This court entered an order dismissing 13 of the 18 counts with prejudice and dismissing the 5 remaining counts without prejudice, allowing the counter plaintiffs 30 days to amend the remaining 5 counts. Counter plaintiffs' deadline was August 14th, 2025. Counter plaintiffs simply copied and pasted the prior counter complaint and remaining 5 counts and filed it August 14th, 2025 at 11:40 p.m. as an amended counter complaint. Yes. Shizzy, you know it's 2 houses. Both houses are in foreclosure. Doesn't matter. No, this is one house. This is one house. It's one house, 2 mortgages. It's the same address. I guarantee you. Now, somebody on one of the other properties actually may have, and I'll have to look at it, but they may also have a right to hold that property. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I'm correct in that. So somebody else has the ability to do that also, but it sure looks like a mortgage and a HELOC on a Jefferson Street property. No, that was somebody that had Jefferson Street address. Now they might have done something on that, but it's completely different. Counter plaintiffs simply copied and pasted the prior counter complaint, remaining 5 counts, and filed it August 14th, 2025 at 11:40 as amended counter complaint. Florida Rule of Civil Procedure mandates that a complaint contain a short, plain statement of the ultimate facts. So it basically tells you what 11 is. While complaints filed by pro se parties are often liberally construed, this complaint should not be given liberal construction. Mr. Federigos is a licensed attorney and Mrs. Federigos is a recently permanently retired attorney. They are not entitled to the same principles of liberal construction as other pro se parties. See Olivares versus Martin. We cannot accord the plaintiff the advantage of liberal construction in this complaint normally given pro se litigants because he is a licensed attorney. The Federigos failed to state a cause of action under FCCPA as to count one of the amended countercomplaint. And you're going to see these kinds of motions as soon as these idiots file something, because they're having such a hard time filing because they're coofed or some other crap that they can't even file a response. Why is it that they're not filing a response? No, it just wasting time. Tug Raid, welcome Tug Raiders. Welcome Betsy. Welcome Tug Raiders. Theirs is a blue bucket, for there's a shot brains. That could be it. And a yacht. Don't forget the yacht. Don't forget the yacht. To state a claim for violation of CCPA, a plaintiff must set forth sufficient factual allegations to raise plausible inferences. Failure to state a cause of action. Mr. Federigos continues to fail to plead facts that plausibly state a cause of action. Apart from still alleging in conclusory manner that Seacoast violated 55.9.72, he also fails to allege any supporting facts. He makes incoherent statements like Seacoast violated section 559.729 by attempting to collect undisclosed fees and funds owed by borrowers without proper itemization or description of what the charges may be for. Mr. Federigos never explains what fees or funds owed by borrower he is referring to, how Seacoast sought to collect them, and why they are improper. He asserts these terms in quotes, but the documents that base his claims do not include anything specifically entitled fees or funds by borrower. He also references payoff statements, but fails to allege that he was ever issued any payoff statement or attached one as an exhibit. His claims instead appear to be based on a default notice, which is not a payoff statement. Mr. Federigos does not claim that Seacoast ever attempted to collect illegitimate fees of any kind. His claim should be prejudicially dismissed for failure to state a cause of action. His FCCA claim rests entirely on the default letter Mr. Federigos received in connection with the foreclosure, and his belief that the foreclosure is improper. To the extent he argues the default letter was a condition precedent to the foreclosure, as he alleged in the, these allegations from another punitive class action that involved a different form of communication. As he alleged in the amended countercomplaint, the litigation privilege bars the FCCPA claim. So in this one here, what he quoted here was they cut and copied this from something else. It was right here. This specifically entitled fees and funds by the borrower, he copied off of something else. Amended countercomplaint, alleged privilege bars for, Now, what they say down here at the bottom, Seacoast denies the default letter is a condition precedent to the foreclosure pursuant to the terms of the mortgage. And they also have the compilation 44 through 52. Now, AGM Investors LLC versus Business Law Group have applied the privilege not only conduct herein by while litigation is going on, absolute immunity must be afforded to any act occurring during the course of a judicial proceeding as long as the act has some relation to the proceeding. Now, what he says here is, while the litigation privilege is an affirmative defense, it can be adjudicated on a motion to dismiss if the applicability of the privilege can be clearly discerned from the face of the complaint. Fraud and fraudulent concealment claims fail. Tort claims counts 1 and 2 asserted by both Federigos. Fraud and the inducement requires proof. Now, what it says, counterplaintiffs did not sequentially number their counts and included count I's. Statement is falsity intent by the representative. To establish fraudulent concealment, the plaintiffs must show defendants concealed or failed to disclose a material fact, knew the concealment would induce the plaintiff to act, and had the duty to disclose the material fact, and the plaintiff detrimentally relied on misinformation. Claims based on fraud are held to be heightened pleading requirements pursuant to this. Tug Raid. Welcome, Tug Raider. I'll get to you here in a minute. Emma Washington. You're so awesome. Counter plaintiffs allege underlying both of these counts remain exactly the same as their original counter complaint, where they allege they were unaware the loan would balloon to mature at maturity in 2024. The bank failed to disclose the true nature of the mortgage. The terms of the credit agreement Mrs. Federigos agreed to secure by signing the mortgage were concealed from her, and the bank represented it would be flexible with workout options. None of these allegations meet the heightened pleading requirement, and they clearly fail to state a claim as a matter of law. To the extent they are relying on alleged representations of affordability or flexibility in the ability to later modify the loan, those are not representations of fact that can base a fraud claim. Courts have rejected similar fraud claims based on the alleged representations of affordability or alleged obligations to be flexible in offering loan workouts. Any claim based on purported collateral promise not in the loan documents is also barred by the banking statute of frauds. Fraud bars any claim based on the conversations wherein borrower was allegedly told she would be allowed to delay making the suspended payments until the end of her mortgage loan because those conversations were not reduced to writing signed by both parties. Most importantly, any claims that counter plaintiffs were deceived, misled, or somehow not on notice of the loan terms are contradicted by the loan documents themselves. The credit agreement clearly provides the loan terms, including interest, payment amounts, consequences of default, and that any unpaid amounts would be due as a balloon on maturity. The mortgage they both signed plainly references and defines the credit agreement and its basic terms, including the maximum amount of the credit line, its variable rate nature, and it would mature on March 5th, 2024. Fraud and fraudulent concealment claims are meritless and should be dismissed with prejudice. Intentional infliction of emotional distress claims fail. Count 2, asserted by both Federigos. And it's going to get worse. I guarantee it.
Welcome to the shit
yes.
show. Every single day. A new flavor of fuckery, 'cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of clots. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, balderdash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. We're it all over again.
Divorce gets too slow. I've been really to it before. They stopped the pub and at the town, and maybe not has been here for 6 months. Lips and Chips are broke and broken people. Possibly. I don't know. Federica's Lips was saying that she's, her family's worth over $10 million. That's what she was saying.
Welcome to the shit show. Every single day.
It's
A new flavor of fuckery, 'cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of rocks. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, balderdash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. We're it all over again.
Saying that it's 2 houses and 2 foreclosures. Well, you have to understand that I'm looking at those loan documents, and this is showing where their offices are, and it shows that one was an old property address of a different house. Yeah. And that was sold. And let me pull up this right here. Give me a second. No, he used this house. Now it's the lender's address. Let me go down here. Applications. You may be right. I think you may be right. Let me double check. 2 houses, 2 loans. And I'm looking at the book pages. Thank you very much, Term. That's good eye. Good eye for the short guy. And that's an old house. Yeah. 3 of that. And I'm looking to see what it says. Assignment mortgage. I'm just double checking. Make sure that, because I think you may be absolutely right, because the original was 220,000. 222,000. And I'm just looking to double check to make sure. It's a notice of Liz pendants on a different property. And let's see. Well, that's his address, but this is for commonly known as that. And mortgage continue. Mortgage continued. I'm looking. I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. Looks like it is 2 different houses. And that could have been somebody, relatives or something. Could be. And just double checking here, because I think you're right. Yep, you're absolutely right. Thank you, Taram. Thank you. Good eye for the straight guy. Crazy sell 1, pay off everything. Nuts. Yeah, they could be. They could. Maybe. Is your dog growling under the chair again? Sometimes it does that. Yeah, so 2 separate houses. You're right. 2 separate houses. They were using 1 house as a rental. That was stupid. Is it a rental? That was stupid if they were. That was absolutely dumb if they were. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like that's what they may have been doing, using 1 house as a rental. Because it's a tiny little house, and it looks like it got foreclosed on because they didn't keep up with the payments on it. That'll get you in trouble. That'll get you in trouble. Just saying. Where is that? I want to make sure that I get down to that page. And that page is done. That's 3. And I think we're just about done with that book. Just double checking. Burn victim's club. You wake up one day and realize you're on fire. Yep. I think that is just about done. Let me see. I'm just double checking. Okay, I think that one's just that book is just about done. I finished up a good portion of it yesterday. Sorry. I am looking at all kinds of stuff. Hey, Colleen, thank you very much with the membership. Welcome member, newest member, for getting nice little love touch.
Welcome to the shit show.
So awesome.
Every
Thank you so
single
much
day.
for gifting that membership.
A new flavor of fuckery, cause everybody's such, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of clots. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, vulgar, dash, poppycock, politics, and
great show
fuckery.
How you doing,
All
love?
over again.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I'll have to bring Rosalind in here for some more story time. We had so much fun last time. It's amazing. Rosalind is, if you haven't checked out Rosalind, she did a really good stream today. I was able to catch a good part of that today. I didn't see all of it, but I did catch a good part of it before your old man had to come in there and do some sort of conference call or some crap like that. What's up with that crap? Tell me what is up with that? He has to work or something, kicking you off the interwebs. Next thing you know, he's gonna be kicking you off of OnlyFans. Jeez. The intentional infliction of emotional distress claims, intentional counterplaintiffs failed to state a cause of action for an intentional infliction of emotional distress. They continue to base their claim on two things. First, they appear to base their claim on allegations of concealment, failure to disclose the balloon provision, and its affordability at the time the loan was made. As discussed above, these claims are at odds with the documents they signed, which clearly place them on notice of the credit agreement and its terms, including the balloon at maturity. Regardless, the alleged concealment is not, as a matter of law, the type of outrageous conduct that would give rise to an intentional infliction of claim. Threatening foreclosure was not so outrageous in character. Finding woman from mortgage company outside borrower's house taking pictures did not rise to outrageous behavior. The extent the claim is based on the commencement of a foreclosure and attempts to serve them, they are also barred by the litigation privilege. Actions taken in the context of litigation, including service of process, are privileged. The Florida Supreme Court has made it clear that the litigation privilege extends to all torts, finding that absolute immunity must be afforded to any act occurring during the course of judicial proceedings, regardless of whether the act involves a defamatory statement or other tortious behavior, so as long as the act has some relation to the proceeding. Let me read this again for those in the back, for those that's sitting in the back with a thumb up their ass and a Whopper on their plate. Stupid. The Florida Supreme Court has made it clear that the litigation privilege extends to all torts, finding that absolute immunity must be afforded to any act occurring during the course of judicial proceedings, regardless of whether the act involves a defamatory statement or other tortious behavior, so long as the act has some relation to the proceeding. Do you understand? Or at least eat the plate and a Whopper up their ass. Well, that could be it too. You never know. As you can see right here, whenever stupid Dave starts complaining about emotional damage, whatever, it's not going to work. That's not how it works. Well, Lickman has very little to argue about because he's a piece of garbage. In all senses of the words. The fact that Mr. Federigos had to spend countless hours having to research laws and a lawyer her own case, it's clearly not actionable. Okay. Further, the allegations that Seacoast took measures to send a process server to the homestead is equally not actionable, as using a process server to serve a complaint is purely related to filing a lawsuit and falls under litigation privilege, and a process server's independent contractor retained by counsel to serve process. Counterplaintiffs failed to allege any facts that would make Seacoast vicariously liable for a tort committed by a process server. And lastly, they have failed to allege actions by the process server conducting surveillance on the property, speaking with neighbors, that is so outrageous, odious, and intolerable that it would amount to an intentional infliction of emotional distress. It'd be one thing if they were like, picking the lock and going inside your house. That would be outrageous. But doing surveillance, asking the neighbors, that's not out of the realm of possibility of trying to ensure that they have, one, the right property, and two, the right person. Lastly, the claims based on alleged conduct at loan origination in 2014 are clearly time-barred, requiring dismissal with prejudice. 4-year statute of limitations barred. Intentional infliction of emotional distress claim. Specific performance claim fails contract-based actions, and the alternative to tort claims, count 1, asserted by both Federigos. Since counterplaintiffs simply copied and pasted the facts and this count from the original countercomplaint, they continue to fail to allege any basis for specific performance, let alone explain what they seek to force Seacoast to specifically perform under the contract. To the extent they are claiming Seacoast has to comply with statutory obligations, that is not an action for specific performance. They alternatively frame this as a failure of a condition precedent, but that is not a cause of action. It is a defense. It is defeated by the plain language of the documents, which say no notice is required at all, and that to the extent a notice is required, delivery to either of the co-mortgagers is considered delivery to both. Federigo's copied and pasted amended countercomplaint continues to clearly fail to state a valid cause of action under any theory of recovery. Seacoast requests dismissal of the amended countercomplaint with prejudice, certificate of conferral pursuant to Florida Civil Procedure 1.20. And he says prior to the filing, it is not required under Rule 1.202 to confirm. Teresa, hello, Teresa Finn. Yeah, so that is the stupidity that came out on the 22nd. They were very adamant about their bullshit. Oh, there was one more thing down here. The Federigos request a jury trial. The Federigos expressly waived any right to a jury trial for these claims. Under this right here, page 4452, Seacoast plans to file an appropriate motion to have the court rather than the jury try this matter. Seacoast reserves and intends to exercise its right to seek recovery of attorney's fees and costs in the foreclosure action pursuant to the credit agreement and mortgage, which includes fees incurred in having to defend against the meritless counterclaims asserted by the Federigos and protect and defend Seacoast's rights and interests under the loan documents. So they're going to be asking for attorney's fees also. And see, that's the thing. Whenever you don't have a case and you pepper the case up like this, the banks have a hell of a lot more money than you could imagine. And if it means that they're going to get the house and the payments out of them and be able to maybe even resell the home and recoup some of their money, they will spend money to do so. And then, you know, they have unlimited resources to continue on with this litigation, and then they will still get your house. You'll still be out, and then you'll probably have to pay attorney's fees for it. Yeah. Seacoast isn't playing. Unlike the Federigos, which feel that it's their opportunity, their pleasure, their joy, they get their full enjoyment out of filing another second motion for extension to file response. Well, the idiots, Chips and Lips, by and through Chips, representing himself and Lips, and states as follow. Well, Chips hereby files a second motion for extension to file response for defendants for an additional 5 days to respond. A motion for extension was filed last week. Well, because she fell ill to COVID. Well, Michael, he is still recovering, COVID, and asked this court for an additional 5 days. Please, just another 5 days. Just 5 more days. I know it was 7. Well, let's go for 5. Maybe 6. Oh, let's go for another. Oh, why don't we just say another 30? This extension request is made in good faith. Yeah, sure. As he fell ill with the coof and requested an additional 5 days to respond to the complaint. How many times do you have to say 5 days? We do certify that a copy has been furnished electronically and with a clerk of courts by using the e-portal filing system. So he's asking the court. Earlier he asked Randy, now he's asking the court. So now you know why it was so easy for BBB to convince them what the hells was easy money. Same with Stark. Yeah. The bank will get more money than Lips and Chips borrowed when they resell. That's the point. That's what their hope is. I noticed that the judge never never even approved the first extra time motion. Well, because if you look at the first motion, it was agreed on. I'd have to pull it back up. But if you look down at the certificate of service, he actually conferred with Randy that first time, and it was agreed upon that he would give him 5 days. It's totally possible that he got sick again, but it's one of those things where you know, us over here in the YouTube world, we tend to question a lot of these kinds of things, you know, because whenever you see somebody do this time and time again, you just question. You know, it's like the boy who cried wolf too many times. That's why I'm saying these people need mental health intervention before they hurt anyone. Dave Character's a seriously violent person. Yeah, Kathleen, that is true. I noticed the judge. Yeah, that right there is why, Max. That's why the judge never approved the first one, because it was just agreed upon between the attorneys. So there wouldn't be any need for the judge to approve it. I mean, they could have, but it's just a waste of court resources, and sometimes it's just easier just to let that stuff play out between the attorneys. And there's a possibility that Randy's like, you need another 5 days. That's fine. No, you better come with all that you can, son. Same time he was saying he was sick, he was filing in another case. What other case? What was the case? I'm curious, because I don't see any other cases that he's working on currently. No, there could be. Aren't they supposed to confer with Randy on this one too? Maybe. I don't know. They may just be asking the court. Like a liar, mortgage on fire. Bank. Which one? Which bank? Because there's 2 banks. I mean, if you're saying that he filed one with the bank, that would have been, I'd have to look back at it again, but it was on like it was before all of the sickness, so it could have been filed at any point in time. So yeah, there's a possibility. Stupid sure is sick. Yeah. I'm late. Hello, everyone. Because I mean, just depends on which bank he's filing it with. Because I've got stuff that goes back the 14th and earlier. In other cases where 12 lawyers are suing him. Megan said he was working on another case where 12 lawyers are suing him. Now, if you're talking about the 23 defendants that they had, that would have been filed. I'd have to look back on it, but that was filed like on the 5th or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So 2 banks and Freddie Mac. Yeah. It's crazy. 2 banks and Freddie Mac, slap that mother on her back. Well, Megan says he's working on other cases. The one where 12 lawyers. I think that's correct. That one, it would be, that would be in federal court. And if I'm not mistaken, there's FRAP that's due yesterday, and then the rest of the filing has to be done on the 10/15 or something like that. I have to double check. Mug Raid, welcome Mug Raiders, welcome Kelly Rogers. Yes, always good to see you, always good to have you. And you have made it just in time for a new letter. No guarantees it's going to come out really good. I didn't have a whole lot of time to flesh everything out, but it'll be fun anyway. We'll have a little bit of fun with it.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzywhiznut.
Oh, the sound. It is the sound of chilling. An open letter to the Federigos' never-ending extension tour. Ladies and gentlemen of the court of public opinion, gather round once more. The defendants have filed again. And if you thought That the first COVID excuse motion was pitiful, the encore has arrived. This is not litigation anymore. This is performance art. This is Groundhog Day for the chronically unprepared on August 18th at 11:17 p.m. The Federigos' legal team, which is to say Michael Federigos represented himself and his wife, made their debut with a midnight plea. "You've got me, Judge. Please give me 5 days." And the court, in a moment of grace, allowed it. 5 days. That was their lifeline. But what did they do with it? Did they file a response? Did they produce a defense? Did they even try? No. Instead, on August 25th at 11:19 p.m., the portal coughed up the same exact notes. "Still thick, Judge. Need 5 more." Word for word, copy paste, refile. The only thing new was the timestamp. Let's be clear, the COOF is not a litigation strategy. Rolling to 5-day extensions are not a defense, and last-minute filings at midnight are not proof of diligence. They're evidence of procrastination dressed up as tragedy. The Federigos had 21 days. Squandered them mercilessly, begged for 5 more, squandered those too, and now here we are again, 5 days closer to nowhere. Beating our heads against the wall, possibly getting slammed in the rear, and this is where the mask really slips, because for months, the lips, she has thundered across live streams, brags that she was ready, that she was fearless, that she was counting the days until she could face her accusers in court. She styled herself as the warrior, a crusader, a woman armed with evidence and unstoppable momentum. At the moment the court says answer the complaint, her side collapses into silence. More excuses. Well, this isn't bravery, it's cowardice wearing hospital scrubs. The scoreboard is damning. Online, the endless declarations of being prepared, mountains of evidence, smug promises of victory. Well, in reality, 2 consecutive Monday night filings begging for extensions because, well, nothing is ready. It's the ultimate bait and switch on YouTube. It's a prize fight. In court, it's a no-show, and Michael, doubling as both lawyer and defendant, doesn't really elevate their case. Well, he suffocates it. Someone might like to be choked out. You never know. His filings don't read like professional pleadings. They read like a diary entry of a man trying to convince himself that delay equals strategy. Except delay is not strategy. Delay is just a confession that you let your wife get way over her head in bullshit, and you promoted it. And so we arrive at the question that can no longer be ignored. How many 5-day extensions will they beg for? Because we know someone likes begging. How many times can the same excuse be recycled before it stops being pitiful and starts being a parody? Because the Federigos have settled into a rhythm now. Every Monday night, just before midnight, the excuses arrive on schedule. It's become a subscription service, Excuse Weekly, delivered fresh at 11:19 p.m. The clerk's portal doesn't need filings anymore. It needs a snooze button. What's next? 3rd motion for extension. Long COVID, a 4th motion. Relapse COVID. By September, perhaps a motion for extension. Mercury in retrograde. By Christmas, motion for extension. Jesus took the wheel. At this rate, they'll be asking for just 5 more days until the sun burns out. And the plaintiffs, they don't even need to oppose this comedy. Why waste ink when the defense is already destroying itself in weekly installments? Every extension is another self-inflicted wound. Every midnight filing is just another punchline, and the mighty crusade of legally lips is unraveling not with a bang, but more like a whimper with a dog collar on, licking out of a bowl. One 5-day delay at a time. So let the record reflect, this is not a defense. It is a blooper reel. It's a tragic comedy uploaded to the docket installments. The grand bravado of "I am a warrior, hear me roar" has been exposed as a little more than a paper-thin theater incapable of surviving the simple demand to answer a fucking complaint on time. Well, the court may grant them 5 more days or 10 or 50, but the court of public opinion has already ruled on these asshats. And the verdict is clear. Not fearless, not powerful, not ready. just late and gay. Always late. Hopelessly unprepared. The legal equivalent of showing up to a marathon in Crocs, waving a doctor's note and wondering why the race left you behind. Yours, in absolute punctuality and sarcasm, the R-tard in Velcro shoes who somehow manages to meet deadlines without catching court-scheduled coof every Monday night. Leroy Jenkins.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzywhiznut.
Chapter 4. The barn, the blame, and the backpedal. The garage had a smell that never left. Stale smoke baked into wood, motor oil clinging to the air, metal dust like a tang on your tongue. She sat on her throne, a sagging chair with stuffing spilling from the seams, perfectly molded to her frame. No camera, of course, the world, only the fake avatar, all smooth skin and bright eyes. The real her stayed hidden in the half-dark, greasy chair, clinging to her scalp, teeth pressed behind the tight-lipped smirk. Her voice carried everything, deep, raspy, sandpaper dragged over stone. Years of smoking had carved it down to gravel. When she sang midstream, God forbid, it was the kind of sound that sent dogs howling and neighbors tapping on their vents to check for loose bearings. She started soft, almost reasonable. I'm just trying to help HG. The line stretched. The smoke curled upward like she wanted to hang a halo over herself. A rebrand. The woman who used to run PR for Michelle now recast as the saintly advocate for Michelle's target. Charity? No. Survival. Lynette had filed bankruptcy, and sooner or later someone was going to trace that money, maybe even hers. The stories bent like wire in her hands, twisting whatever angle kept the spotlight off her. One week she swore she'd cut ties forever. The next she was back on their streams, dropping half-truths she could later pretend were never hers with Jeremy while she hated him steady. And that was the only consistency. Everyone else rotated on and off, her enemies list depending on the week. And tonight it was the reluctant hero act, and she puffed smoke, leaned back, sold it like she was dragged into this against her will. I didn't set out to build a barn, she said, voice grave with faux weariness. That was thrown on me. People sent money. I just had to do it. The drag, the exhale, the martyrdom. But it wasn't enough. Other people had to help. And then, but it wasn't enough. Other people had to help. And then contractors. Good luck finding anybody who wanted to deal with Otter Creek or Michelle or Jeremy. Her eyes narrowed through the avatar, never showed it. People out there know what's going on. Shockingly, they do. She softened for a beat, name dropping just enough for cover. I'll say this. John's a good guy. All he cares about is HG. He's in the middle. He gets a bad rap. But the edge returned, sharp and mean. She's listening to the wrong people. Lazy last minute, expecting everyone else to fix it. You can't live life like that. You gotta handle your own shit. Cigarette hit the can with a hiss. Oh yeah, I called the county. Don't say I didn't. I tried the engineer too. Played phone tag. Never called back. But don't twist it. I did try. The smirk slipped into her voice. And when people threaten to go public, do it. Go ahead. You'll make yourself look ungrateful, not me. You'll burn yourself, not me. She leaned closer, elbows grinding into the table through the fat. I've said it 100 times. I'm just waiting for other people to do what they gotta do. If not, I'll give the money back, or I'll put it towards HG's future, her schooling, her education. People in the legal realm agree that's the real concern. Well, the smoke drifted higher as she nodded to her own script. Don't call me selfish. Don't call me the problem. I've been consistent. Fence first, then the party, then the barn. That's the order. The permits, not my job. The money, it was always for the project, never for her and HG. Always the shield, always the excuse. And there it was, the cycle. Same chairs, same smoke, same gravel voice, blaming, backpedaling, rewriting the story. Just enough to keep herself from being the villain in the room. And that is the end. Thank you.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzywhiznut.
Oh, that was so much fun. That was so much fun. I had fun with that little story, Slow Moving Giant. Everyone's just going, "Oh my God, that was so horrible. Stop it. Stop it. Why you got to torture us with that?" Shizzy Megan said tonight her stream will be tomorrow afternoon instead of nighttime. Holy cow. Why is she doing tomorrow afternoon? That's crazy. It must be a good one. If she's doing tomorrow afternoon, she's got something good for you guys. She's got something good for you. If she's doing it tomorrow afternoon, that means something happened. That's good. That's good to see. That is going to be good. Nope, does not compute. Oh, she has family commitment. Well, there you go. Family commitment is always a good thing. But, you know, if you haven't seen one of her afternoon streams, I don't know if she's going to even cover that. She might not be covering hand stuff. She might be covering something else entirely different. You never know. You never know. All right, you're going to have to catch on replay. I can't keep your eyes open, but I'm so tired. Well, I do have some good stuff for you guys tonight. I've got one that I've been working on. The video still isn't complete on it, but it's pretty damn close. I'll show you what I've got. Give me just a little bit to pull it up because it's good. I'm enjoying it. I haven't even finished getting this one done. I've got some pretty good edits to make in it. Once I get the edits done, the music is really good. Let me see if I got it. It is, I think, is that right? I thought it was that one. Oh, yep, that's it. So the song on the name of the song is improper on this. For one, I didn't name it properly, but it is pretty good. This one here, I like the music more than the video, but it just takes time to get these kinds of things done. So I'm going to share this one with you. Give me just a second because I got to make sure I've got audio for you this time. Got to make sure that I have audio for you because that right there is going to be the best part of it. Also share audio. There we go. Oh yeah. This is going to be, it's going to be good. Why is that? Why did that do that? There we go. All right, here we go. Share this bad boy with you. I hope you guys enjoy this song. Here we go.
Bro, boy, was I stupid. Thought I knew better. Said there weren't no shirts, no merch with the kid's name. But I clicked that link and the money train rolled on. She swore up and down, I got no merch to sell. But I tried just another joke. Said it's banners only, not a t-shirt line. But my child's face got slapped on a sign. I never gave permission, I'll say it loud. And I won't let my kid get sold to a crowd. My child ain't your t-shirt, my child ain't your brand. You don't make a dollar off my child's hand. You can spin your stories, you can spread your schemes. My kid ain't for sale in your YouTube dreams. They say we sat back, never tried to fight. Didn't beg or plead to make it right. But 3 whole months we were begging still. Is your guy coming? You promised he will. John found a crew, 10 grand for the job. Would've had it framed in a weekend sob. But Felisa said no, slammed the door shut. Wouldn't hire Mexicans, that's the cut. So the permit lapsed, the chance ran dry, and we're left to explain why the house won't rise. My child ain't your t-shirt, my child ain't your brand. You don't make a dollar off my child's hand. You can spin your stories, you can spread your schemes. My kid ain't for sale in your YouTube dreams. We were told to wait, don't hire your own. Every plan we made got overthrown. Said she had it handled, don't you fret. But every promise made turned into regret. We begged and begged, knees on the floor. She said I've got someone, then nothing more. Now they call us lazy, say we've done none. But we tried, we pushed, while the work came undone. Christmas came, the fence went up. We said thank you, drank from the cup. We were grateful, blessed, we said it then. But it turned to a nightmare again and again. They call me ungrateful, they call me a liar. But I said thank you while the gifts piled higher. I never denied it, I never erased. But I won't keep silent when the facts get misplaced. My child ain't your t-shirt, my child ain't your brand. You don't make a dollar off my child's hand. You can spin your stories, you can spread your schemes. My kid ain't for sale in your YouTube dreams. Said I never got money, not a single cent. Not $1, not one rent. If you want it back, don't come my way. Ask Felisa, she's the one who got paid. I ain't got refunds, I ain't got checks. I just got stress and a house in wrecks. But they call me greedy, call me a thief, when the truth's been twisted beyond belief. I never did nothing to the stalker side. Never did nothing, though they all lied. Police reports prove it, Levi County knows. But the truth don't sell, and the money flows. They picked us out, they made us pray. Turned our lives into clicks to pay. Said it's YouTube riches, not justice at all. Just liars profiting off a family's fall. God knows the liars, he shines the light. Brings every wrong into the fight. If I've done wrong, he'll punish me. But I stand here in my innocence free. You call me ungrateful, you don't even ask. But my truth won't change, it's a lifelong task. My child ain't your t-shirt, my child ain't your brand. You don't make a dollar off my child's hand. You can spin your stories, you can spread your schemes. My kid ain't for sale in your YouTube dreams. I forgave the flea, though I won't forget. I forgave the stalker, though I fight them yet. I thank for the fence, I thank for the tree. But the lies keep coming, they bury me. Said we've done nothing, but we fought each day. Begging for framers, begging to stay.
I'm muted. Sorry about that. Yes, muted. I boomered it again. No, as I was saying, thank you guys so much. I had to cut the last part of that out because it's got some pictures that are not suitable for YouTube. Let's put it that way. there's muted old man. Yeah, I know. I'm not anymore now. I know. I guarantee it. That's better. No, I did have to cut the end of that out because it was a little too much for you guys to be seeing. World renowned. Thank you, William. I do it sometimes. I just mic check one. Testes one, testes two. Sorry, so bad. No, I came up with that one, and like I said, these videos that I've got will be out whenever I release the new album. The album should be released next month, and once it hits, I'll have a link on that so you can actually hear the music all on its own. And I will tell you, out of this album, every single one of them is just they're completely banging like that. They've just got that same feel to it. It's pretty good. Just making sure we're paying attention, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly it. No, I had it muted because sometimes it gives weird feedback whenever I've got it on. That will be in your head all day today. Well, I've got a better one for you, though. I do have a better one that you can keep in your head. It is, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, Joss Word has been a member for 16 months. Now I get to see and hear the sexy Shizzy. Kisses. Well, thank you so much. And this one's for you right here.
Welcome to the shit show.
Oh, yes.
Every single day.
16
A new
months.
flavor of fuckery. Cause everybody's such, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of rocks. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, balderdash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. We'll do it all over again.
Well, and here's the thing. She didn't file it electronically. She mailed it in. So there's a big difference there. She filed it electronically. And why did the judge allow an electronic signature? Actually, it was just the clerk that allowed the signature to be signed that way. Now, here's the thing. And I don't know this for a fact, but there's a possibility that they're allowing it in because they're going to show exactly the kind of garbage that they've been up to. And all it is more evidence proving their point that they've been working together. That's all it's doing. It's just proving the point that they're all working together and doing this kind of stuff. That's what it means. So there would be a reason why Randy's just doesn't want to deal with it. One, it's just extra paperwork. It's nitpicky. You never know. It could be any reason, or we haven't seen what Randy's response is going to be to it, because the judge has to rule on it, and the judge hasn't ruled on it yet that I know of. So the judge will probably look at it, and he may let it in just to keep things rolling. We've said that, and you have to realize that that's how this judge is, there's certain things that he lets through because they are pro se litigants. So that may be one of the things that he lets through. And then there's also a possibility the judge may come back and say, no, you can't do this. So we don't know. We don't know what the judge is going to do at this point. I mean, there's something that he's got up his sleeve. I'm sure that there's a reason why. Did I show you guys Lemon Camper Blues? I might have showed that one to you, but I also have the Savior Complex. This is one I don't think I've showed you yet. It's pretty interesting. Well, I'm gonna show you just a bit of Savior Complex because it's pretty interesting, and I thought you guys might like it. It is one that I may go back and fix some of the video on it for obvious reasons. There's a couple of little things that it messes up on. There's a couple of little things that those issues fixed in the next one. But here is the music video, Savior Complex, and it is right here. Here we go.
Yeah. Here she comes again.
I'm not the villain. I'm the reason they're still breathing.
She said if I didn't step in with her, sitting on the stream talking about what she coulda, shoulda, claiming she held it all together like the streets would burn if she cut that tether. I kept the wolves back, I kept the lights on, every word flexing like she write the fight song, painting herself in a halo frame, but the spotlight's the only thing she ever came to claim.
Complex, yeah, she wear it like a crown, talking from the clouds while the whole thing burns down. Savior complex, in her own parade, throwing rose petals at the lies she made.
They on me for keeping quiet, yeah, that's the line. As if silence was some holy sign, playing martyr while the pockets stay fed. But the truth don't live where the egos live. Every tale got her at the center stage. Saint on Sunday, hustler every other day, saying without me they be gone, but the only rescue was a name in the song.
Savior complex, yeah, she wear it like a crown, talking from the clouds while the whole thing burns down.
Yeah.
Savior complex, in her own parade, throwing rose petals at the lies she made. Oh,
She saved them.
from nothing at all.
Oh,
Oh,
she raised them.
just to watch him fall. Hero in the mirror, victim in the chat. When the credits roll, she's still pointing at the haters in the back.
Yeah, the savior count.
Yes, that is the other one. Yeah, I agree with you, Mary. There is way too many teeth in that one. But that is another one that I've been working on and trying to get it all organized before it's released. So it'd be good. It'd be good. I could always go in and do like a little bit of Photoshop, but that's each and every single frame to get those teeth gone on there. I was just thinking that, well, whenever it's out in public, it tends to wear the bridge. So that could be it. I don't know, man. It's creepy. But I will say it is getting that time where my brain is starting to flow to the deepest realms of the YouTube sleep time, where I have to actually get a little bit of sleep before I have to get up tomorrow and do my stream in the morning. I've got something that I've been working on. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it actually goes. I've got some stuff that I think I might cover a little bit of the Cracker Barrel stuff tomorrow. We'll see, and we'll see, because it's going to be funny. and I will say it'll be a joyous day tomorrow. I've got morning stream, and I'll probably have one. I'll probably have one to tomorrow night, most likely, because that'll be with Mo on her channel, where we're going over the Koberger files. Basically it's the investigation leading up to his arrest. So that is a good one. Max, I will be on early tomorrow. I'll be on, with Mo, I start at 6 on her channel. And if I'm able to tomorrow, no guarantees. If I'm able to, I may start my stream early. There's no guarantees on that, because I'm a slacker most of the time, and I'm usually working on other stuff. And I mean, there's not a whole lot to really, because as you guys know, I cover mostly court documents, and look at them satirically. So I you know, I understand that the whole group over there is losing their mind over these filings because, well, they can't read. But I think that's probably part of it, that they're having a hard time reading. So there's a possibility that, you know, they'll probably be spinning their wheels and spinning all kinds of stories and gaslighting their followers. But hey, you know, that's, if people want to follow them, go ahead. You know, if you like that kind of stuff, then hey, let them go. It's fine by me. It doesn't affect me one way or the other. I've got plenty of stuff to do. So I don't know if I will do a stream tomorrow, but if I do, it'll have to be sometime after 8, whenever Mo and I finish up. We usually stream from 6 to 8. And then we try to do I try to do one at night, but if I'm not able to, I'll do one Thursday night. I don't usually stream on Thursday mornings. I've got some business that has to be taken care of on Thursday, so I don't know for certain that I will. But then I also have Mo on Friday, so I'll be over there on her stream Friday morning, and then she'll be over here with me for FNL pre-stream, which is really good. Not tonight. No way could I get in her chat. Well, hey, you know, you guys can do what you like to do. But yeah, I do have prior engagements with Mo tomorrow. So we like I said, we usually start at 6, finish up at 8, and then we do, I try to do one on Thursday night. We'll just see if there's any new court filings that come out. No guarantees on that. So we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. I may depends on if there's court documents. If court documents come out, then yeah, I'll read over those. But if not, then I may take the night off and actually get some work done on those videos that I've been working on and try to get those cleaned up and make those just flow a lot smoother. But everybody, and with that being said, I'll probably send all you fine folks over to MG. I may go and harass him for a little bit. It looks like he's doing some Traveler on the Land tonight, which is always an absolute freaking blast. If you haven't seen one of those, you definitely want to go check those out, because they're definitely good. I love doing the court documents also. They're absolutely great. And thank you, maybe not. Yeah. Mo in the Deep End tomorrow night, and tomorrow morning I'll be doing a stream. So I'll also be promoting it there. And my streams are usually a little bit shorter in the mornings and probably a little more political. If you don't like hearing about politics, it's fine. It's something that I enjoy looking at and, you know, commenting on. So that's really all there is to it. With that being said, I'm going to send you guys over. I'm just making sure I've got it all set up. It does take a little bit of time to get some of these things set up where I can make sure that you guys get rerouted to the right place, because we like the MG law. And that's that. Everybody have a wonderful night, and peace until tomorrow night with Mo, or tomorrow morning. Just depends on what you're doing. Thank you very much for coming by, and I'll see you soon.
Oh, you thought I was done, bless your heart, but I'm still living rent-free, it's a work of art. Call me daddy, call me nut, call me the goat. You're paddling upstream while I'm running this boat. You say, I don't care, yet you're glued to the screen, caught up in my glow while you stay unseen. Your shade's like a breeze, it's barely a draft. Meanwhile, I'm the Picasso of roasting your ass. You say you're over me, oh how cute, but here I am, still the star of your loop. You're my biggest fans, don't even deny, so grab some popcorn when daddy goes live. Live. Call me daddy, yeah, shout it loud. King of your thoughts, I'm making you proud. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, headline act. Your background noise, and that's just a fact. Let's face the score. You hate that you love me, but you keep wanting more. You're like a dog chasing cars, you don't know why, but
here you are barking while I touch the sky. Your comments are gold, such comedy gold. Who hurt you? Oh wait, it's me, I'm told. You're keeping tabs like an unpaid intern while I'm cashing checks. When will you learn? Your timeline's a shrine to every move I make. I say thanks, but you're a nasty skank. Oh, Shizzy's washed up. Yeah, sure, Jan, yet here I am, the centerpiece of your plan. You hate watch my stream like it's Oscar night, but guess what, kiddos? I'm still shining bright. Call me daddy. Send in your bread. I'm still rent-free in your effing head. Pop a nut, Shizzy daddy on your brain. I'm your mental landlord, you can't complain. Let's keep it real. You hate that I'm winning, but you love how it feels. Oh, I'm sorry, did I break your streak? You tried to ignore me for like half a week, but daddy's too spicy, you can't look away. I'm the train wreck you need every single day. So while you're out there with your plastic clout, I'm here sipping coffee watching you freak out. You're irrelevant, wow, what a take. Now go rewatch my vids while I count how much I make. I count how much I make. Call me daddy, yeah, own it now. I'm reading your brain and you don't know how. Pop a nut, Shizzy daddy, let's set the bar. I'm the constellation, you're a burned out star. Embrace your role, cause I'm the main character. You're just an old ragged ass burnt out troll. So that's your bedtime story, kids tucked in sweet and snug. Shizzy daddy's forever, you lose and you're stuck in the mud. Now say goodnight to Papa Nut, your mental pain. Oh wait, you will see me tomorrow's. Bitch, and will see me tomorrow. Same obsession, same effing thing.